Here's some weird art tips I learned in school. The first is when you're drawing a person from reference, do the head last. And this is because we naturally want to make the head huge compared to the body. The second is that you gotta simplify everything into boxes. The head's facing one way, the torso's facing one way, and the nips are like the eyes of the torso. They follow that line too. Simplifying that really helps. Next is that you got to identify the joints. Because when we're looking at a foreshortened arm, our lizard brains are like, no, it can't possibly be that short. But look at that distance, man, it's shorter than his hand. The next is that when you're drawing hands, make sure they're the size of the face. I know it's weird. Ooh, and a huge facial tip is to draw the nose first. If you can get the nose, you can get the rest of the face. Because that nose provides a central reference for everything. But don't take my word for it, try it yourself.
You Google this and you find this painting and you decide to start copying it because 2 weeks ago this project was due in 2 weeks and now you have no time left to think. So you decide to copy something. You use straight lines, really good quality lines, because they get you more points on the rubric. Good for you, you're working smart. Next thing you decide that you're going to need to do is this drawing is going to have to be more than a drawing to get more points, so you decide to use a little bit of color. You paint and then you decide, you know what else I need? I need texture. What's texture? I don't know, but the kid next to me is flicking paint on the paper like this, so you decide to do that also. Next thing you do is you decide to add a little bit more color, obnoxious colors, really, really bright colors. You don't know why, but it's going to get you more points, you hope. Then you start adding a little bit more line work, some details, some scribbles, because you remember Art Brut style, hashtag Basquiat, good for you, you're doing well. And then you decide, you know what, this painting doesn't really look like the original painting, it looks like something I need, something we all need. You know what it looks like to me? It kind of looks like my boy, Jesus.
How to draw complicated stuff. So I took a reference before and after I sat in a chair. This is so I can see how they interact. I outlined both. And this is how they look in space. So let's take it back. These are what the joints look like on their own, which is similar to the Jolly Green Giant. It looks weird and unnatural. I'm 6 heads tall and I'm sitting. My foot is as big as my head and our lizard brains are like, that can't be right. So we're gonna do vertical and horizontal checks. The outside of the hair lines up with the knee, right? And the knee lines up with the other knee, which lines up with the toe, which lines up with the heel, which lines up with the corner of the chair. We can also use angles to see if we're tilting things the correct way, and negative space to see if our limbs are in the right place. After studying these techniques, you can do a pose from scratch quickly like this. Here's the rules, and always triple check your lines before getting attached to
We got a collage. Today, we're gonna go ahead and use that reference photo and make a drawing. Let me tell you, I was really confident in the beginning of this drawing. I thought I was doing something, going somewhere. It did not go anywhere. Sis went to jail. She did not collect $200. Anyways, like I said, I did this drawing. I was really confident. I thought it was going somewhere, and then I got to the background, and it was trash. So you know what I did? I said, no ma'am, no ham. I said, cut, snip, snip. There we go. Yes of the ma'am. And this took me forever to find out what kind of collage I wanted. So I took my time. I said, I got a concept, and this was the concept. So I went ahead and started painting with my oil paint. And let me tell you, at this point, I was like a little bit less panicked, a little less irritated. And then I did my scratchy scratch. Oh, I love this so much, y'all. And here she is all finished. I just want to let you know that sometimes you fail, but sometimes you can, sometimes stand back up. I don't know.
Today we're going to be talking about shading technique, and I'm going to demonstrate with a nose. If y'all saw this on the past tutorial, a great way to start out the face is with the nose. So I put in my outlines with a hard airbrush, and then I placed the mid-tone under it and then merged the layers. I'm going to be starting off with my darkest shadows, and oftentimes these are pretty desaturated. Then I'm going in with a more saturated version of the shadow. Then it's my favorite part, it's the highlights. So I'm doing this super rough because we're putting in the colors and then we blend. So I'm going to be blending with my soft airbrush. And here's a tip, don't forget it. Blend only one side. So take the edge of the nostril right, one side's crisp, then it blends into the tip of the nose. I add in secondary highlights, blend those guys, and then punch in the texture and details for an amazing drawing.
No, I'm just kidding, guys. I can't dance, but I can spin art. We're doing the white, red, and blue again because I messed up the first one. Let's get it. So we spin that white, and now drop a little blue in the middle, and then lines lines, lines, and then red, and then some in the middle, and we spin it. Then some more white. Ooh.
Here we go. This is our color wheel. We all know about this. Oh no, you can't put music with it. Red, yellow, blue, primary colors. You can't make any other color. You can't make these colors, but you can make any other color out of this. So red and blue make purple, yellow and blue make green, red and yellow make orange. Now there's one thing when you start painting, you know when you put yellow, red and blue, the primary colors together, you end up with a really muddy picture. It makes mud. That's what finger painting showed us. However, if we put them all next to each other, all the same colors, red, yellow and blue, it'll still, even if you don't mix them, it reads as mud. Therefore, when we make a design, stick a little bit to one side. So put a blue and a green. You can put purple with that. Do you see that? You might even put a little yellow. This is called complementary colors. Stay together to get a really nice scheme. If you put, as soon as you put opposite colors together, you get mud. However, it's called a complementary color. Orange and blue complement each other. Together they make mud, but if the picture's overall blue and you put one little spot of orange in there, whoa, is amazing. One little spot. Do not put as much orange as blue in your picture. So now that you're doing green and you've started putting red with it, red is stunning with it. You just picked up another red bottle. So as soon as you put more red in there, it starts to look like, nah, not so great again. So that's what you do. Stick within 3 colors and then maybe put a hint of the opposite, just a little droplet. And it'll be the most spectacular droplet you put in your painting. But stick with these 3 or these 3 or these 3. Stick close together with these colors that you don't get too much.
To draw Evil Peppa Pig. First you draw this shape, which kind of looks like an itty bitty tiny little whistle. Then you sneak a gumdrop underneath. Add a little chicken foot arm. Another over here. Rectangle legs. Little turd feet. Don't forget that wiggly tail. 2 gravestones for ears. 2 circles for eyes. Add an egg. And 2 more circles. It's very grown up. Big oval for cheek. Throw on a smile. Oh, and don't forget to finish the eyes. Something's not right here. Oh, that's right. And details. Whoopsie.
Hey guys, so I'm going to show you guys how to draw with bleach. I know that sounds crazy, but it looks really, really cool. So here we go. The first thing I'm going to do is start sketching out my design with either a white colored pencil or a chalk pastel. I'm going to get a little bit of bleach in a cup and be careful not to get it on your skin because it's bleach. And then I'm just going to slowly start going over all the white lines that I created and slowly start building up all the little lines in the design. And if you want it to be brighter, just go over it a bunch of times. Then I messed up a bunch of times, and so I am going to go in with a black marker and start cleaning it up, making it look a little less ugly than it was. And I waited for it to dry, which was about 30 minutes, and here we go. Here's the final design. Really happy with it. Good luck, guys.
Hello, here's a tutorial of what I call dry painting. So first I just start with my normal pencil, mechanical pencil. Then I put some charcoal on a post-it and grab a paintbrush and just kind of like blend the bigger areas, the darker areas with different paintbrushes. Use a little eraser to do details. Oh my gosh, then more charcoal pencil for dark stuff. Then blend with a big paintbrush and stuff. Oh god. More little details with eraser. Here, paint pen for the highlight. Eraser eyebrow, and then pencil eyebrow. Oh god, hair, charcoal on the paintbrush only. Little circles. Oh, looks like a cloud. Okay, now charcoal pencil because, yeah, and blend that very well. And now there's nothing there that's good, so you add more charcoal, and then you blend that, but a little less, and then eraser for the little hairs, and then you're done.
Hey guys, I'm back with another mini art tutorial, and today I'm going to show you guys how to properly darken your yellow paint. So here we go. Now usually with most colors, you just add in a little bit of black to your color and you get the darker version. So we have the red, add in a little bit of black, and we get the darker version. But if you try to add yellow and black together, you get green, which is not cool. That's not the color we want. So instead of using gray or black, you are gonna mix, where is it? You're gonna mix with a brown color. So we have the yellow, we have the brown, and together it makes a beautiful, beautiful dark brown. Good luck, guys, and happy painting.
Hey guys, a few of you have asked for a tutorial on how I blend with markers, so here it is. I'm going to be using 3 markers for this tutorial, B00, B02, and B05. The swatches are all up here. I'm going to start by filling this whole circle in with my lightest shade, which is B00. Now we have to establish which direction the light is coming in from, so I'm going to be doing it this way. I'm now going to take my second color, which is B02, and I'm going to color in about 3/4 of the circle. Once I'm done that, I'm going to take my lightest color again and go in between the spot where the 2 colors connect, and this will help blend them. Now I'm going to go in with my darkest color and put it on 1/3 of the circle. Now I'm going back in with my middle color and I'm blending the 2 together like I did before. Now you can see we have a pretty smooth blend, and you can leave it here, but I like to add highlights on the direction where the light is coming from.
So this is a design that I started doing when I was really young, and it helps with anxiety and helps you keep your mind off things if you want to be distracted. I don't know who started this design, so if you know, please let me know. But you pretty much start off with the cross, and then I did 15 dots on all 4 sides. And then you start with the top dot and you try to connect it to the dot closest to the center. And you keep moving down the line. So for the second dot, you move it to the one second closest to the center, and you keep repeating that pattern on all 4 sides. Once you do that, you should be getting something that's looking really 3-dimensional and cool. If you want to use a ruler, it would probably look a lot better. I just don't have the patience for it. So if you want to use a ruler in different colors and mix it up, I'm sure you can get a really cool design with this. But again, it really helps with anxiety and helps you keep calm if you're feeling panicky. So I really recommend this. And if you try doing it, I would love to see it.
Okay, do you want to know how to draw women torsos? Here's how to draw a beautiful woman. Process is much the same. Start with a rectangle. Make a triangle that goes all the way down to the bottom. Another triangle that starts at the bottom and ends halfway. Plunk down a little belly button. Women come in all shapes and sizes, but for now we'll do an hourglass, because that's popular. Women have curves, men have sharper edges. So by where those triangles are, you would draw curves. Make the waist as thin as you want, but I like to have it more realistic. I just drew circles, and I would do this for guys too, but we're gonna make them come out a little bit. I also added knees. It's not very good, but now she has boobs. The belly button's actually down here. Whoopsie. I forgot to add a collarbone, and I'm doing this in pen. Try it again. This was Salty Anatomy class with No One Ever. Thanks for watching.